Hi, today we're taking a look at the new sleeve series from Broccoli. Right, so this is the Shuffle Master. Right, so this video is sponsored by Mint TCG. So we'll be taking a look at the upcoming sleeve that will be released in late September. Alright, so this is a generic, what we call the generic sleeve. The sleeve that are usually used for non-Japanese card games such as Magic the Gathering, etc. Right, so what are these kind of sleeves? So one of the example will be, so this is a very old generic sleeve. So they used to come in this kind of material, very glossy, reflective. So the issue with this kind of sleeve is, first of all, as you can see, it gets dirty very easily. And next, if you have sweaty palm, the surface will be sticky, which is not very nice for shuffling. Alright, so a few years later, they came out with what we call the matte layer. Right, so as you can hear, the surface is rough, but the issue with this kind of sleeve will be that if you choose the back that's like slightly lighter color like this, like pink, right, you can actually see the logo of the game at the back here, like this. And in some case, I believe most of us have tried before, which is to proxy a card. Let's say there's like 4 new cards that I want to try for this game, and I do not want to spend the money to buy the cards yet. So normally we will have like a few cards that's face down like this at the back, so that you can test out whether the card is useful in your deck before you make the decision to purchase the card. So if you do that, you can see the card back, right? So you can actually get caught for cheating. And for example, for this specific card game from the universes, right, they actually changed card back sometime last year. So both are legal, and you have cards with like 2 cards with a different card back, which you can get disqualified for cheating, right? And another issue will be the shuffling for this kind of sleeve is, as you can see, when you cut in like this, there's some resistance due to the adhesive at the side. Right, so but this kind of cards actually very nice to shuffle. And for events, right, such as we have like events for MTG, which is the pre-release. So you actually have like pre-release kit like this, and you play drafting. So it's not possible, right? It's not possible for you to sleeve everything like this, triple layer, double layer. Alright, so most of the people will just go with the single sleeves like this. Right, this is a set example of a Highlander. So you have all your cards sleeved in this way, so you can quickly draft, build a deck on the spot, shuffle and play. Or if you're test playing a deck, this will be the easiest way. So we have this, this is the what we call emboss with a bigger texture. You can hear the sound. It's very different from the matte layer. Actually, these are both embossed, but this is the grain is bigger, which makes it a lot easier to shuffle. And even if you have sweating palms, right, this will not be an issue. But most of the time, this kind of sleeve will have when you shuffle like this, right, you have issues where you can't cut in the cards properly. Alright, so for Japanese card game, most of the time we'll go for double layer, which is the card, the sleeve, the HG sleeve like this, plus an outer hard layer. But if you have cards that's like expensive or rare like this, you do not want to just put it directly here and just shuffle, because there's a chance of you damaging your card. So we will go with like triple layer. In Japan, there are even products that give you have a 4th layer, like Broccoli actually do have them, which is the large. Right, so we end up like this. Right, so what's the issue with this? Let's take a look at this. Is a typical deck case, right? No matter how you look at it, you can't fit it in, right? So that's one of the main issues. So for Highlander decks that have more than 50 pieces, 60 pieces, normally we'll just go with maximum of 2 layers instead of the one they just saw 3 layers. So now let's go back to Shuffle Master. Right, so this is a special sleeve that was designed for broccoli with a new types of material that's designed for shuffling. And not only that, it's monocolored. Actually there's 2 sleeve design, we will talk about it later. And it's specially designed for shuffling, so you may not be able to see clearly, but the surface is actually matte here. Right, it's matte, which is what we normally have for outer layer. And for the other surface here, it's actually embossed like this. Right, this is very rare. We seldom have sleeves that emboss on the clear side. So how next issue will be for emboss, because it's rough and grainy, you may not be able to see the cards properly. So right now, let's say we take a WS sign card with very small text because of the texture. Right, so if the surface is bad, you won't be able to see the card, but actually it looks a bit weird due to the grain, but you can actually read the text pretty well. Right, this is surprising. Right, so right now let's try the sleeve of a deck. So this is a very old ZX deck that I had. It's a green lichen slot deck. We will sleeve it in and try shuffling them. Alright, so I've done sleeving the cards. So first of all, for the card back, even though it's white, alright, you can't see the card back from here due to the black layer here in between. Right, this is a very good I think addition to the sleeve for monocolor, so that we won't have face issues like the usual light colored outer layer like this. Right, so this is one plus point. Right, since it's Shuffle Master, I believe the shuffling should feel good. So let's take a look. Right, so we do have a bit of resistance when cutting in. That's normal, but it's not as bad. Right, you don't have that much. Right, actually feels good cutting in. Right, so with no issue. Hindu Shuffle have no issues. It's actually very nice to shuffle. Right, so you can actually use this for the, what's that called, like a stress ball or something. When you are stressed, you can just shuffle on the table with no resistance. This is really good. Right, as you can see, between the cards to cards, there's not much resistance. And next thing, it don't fall off that easily. Right, usual matte layer like this tend to have this issue where they topple out easily when they are new. This is very old. Right, so this doesn't actually have that issue. It sticks nicely. Right, it sticks nicely. And you can actually see the text pretty well. You can even see the rare coating of the cards. Right, this is actually a lot better than expected. Right, so for Shuffle Master will be released at the end of December. So if you're interested, you can actually place an order with any of the shops that actually bring in Yu-Gi-Oh or broccoli in Singapore. So there's a list at the bottom at the comment section there. You can check out the list of card shops currently dealing with Mint TCG. And for this sleeve, there's actually 8 different designs, different colors to be exact. So number 1, we have white, the typical color, but without the Shuffle Master logo. 2, black, followed by navy blue, red, this is lime green, light blue, this is camouflage color black, and camouflage color blue. Alright, so we have 8 different colors for the initial release. and each packs come with 80 pieces, right? So for this demo sleeve, there's actually only 40 pieces, so you actually get 80 pieces for the price of around 12-13 SGD, right? Which is your typical price for lower quality monocolored sleeves. So for 40 pieces like this, I can actually use it for my other games such as Duel Master, right? So this is 40 cards, and since I'm testing out this new deck, having it inside this kind of mono sleeve is a lot more efficient than having it inside this double layer sleeve, right? Imagine I have to change it out like this every single time I need to modify my deck. This is not efficient, right? So we will have Shuffle Master here, and do try it out. This is really good, right? I may not be able to go back to other single layer sleeve after this, right? So if you're interested, do check out this Shuffle Master, right? This is the first time I get to shuffle the deck so smoothly without a fear that I will tear the sleeve. The adhesive here is actually really good. You may not be able to see it. This is actually really good quality as compared to some other brands where after a long period of time this card will actually peel off. Right, you can see the slight change in color at the side. Right, you can see the slight change in color. These are actually due to the cutting in. Right, so when cutting in, you actually tear out the sleeves. So for now, I don't see this issue with Shuffle Master. This actually feels real good. I don't have enough to let me do a stress test to see how durable is this, but this is definitely something I'll recommend. Not because it's sponsored, but this is really good, right? So that's all for my review for Shuffle Master.